The Samsung Galaxy S8 is our pick for best Android phone overall right now, but that doesn't mean you should dismiss the other flagships out there. HTC's latest phone, the U11, actually gives Samsung a real run for its money, and there are a lot of reasons why you might want to pick up a U11 instead of an S8. So let's jump into our top 5 things the HTC U11 does better than the Samsung Galaxy S8. Number 1. Quicker software. Now, the new Samsung experience, the thing that we're no longer calling TouchWiz, looks good, no one's denying that, but you also can't contest that HTC's Sense software just feels faster. The fact that there's less stuff running in the background does help, but mostly this is down to touch response and animation fluidity. The HTC U11 responds more quickly to touches on the screen, and that has an effect on everything you do on the phone. Sense is also free from the handful of animation hiccups that we see in the S8 when it's loading Bixby for instance, or swiping in and out of the app drawer. It's hard to build a high-spec phone in 2017 that isn't fast, but even now, HTC's software stands out as the quickest. Number 2, better audio. So the U11 has one pretty big trade-off in the audio department. The lack of that 3.5mm headphone jack is an annoyance, but when it comes to audio from the built-in speakers, there's really no comparison between these two phones. HTC's boom sound hi-fi setup wins by a country mile, just listen. Number 3, a fingerprint scanner you can actually use. This is another small inconvenience in the Samsung Galaxy S8. We've been over this since launch day. That fingerprint scanner placement on the back is just bad. It's hard to reach, often leaves the camera getting gunked up. It's just not a good experience. The U11 has some pretty chunky bezels, but one advantage of that is, hey, you can put a front-facing fingerprint scanner down there, and you can actually see it and reach it. And I found HTC's fingerprint scanner is also more reliable than Samsung's, which rejects my fingerprints way more often than I'd like. Unlocking your phone is something you do dozens, possibly hundreds of times a day, and it's just easier on the HTC U11 than it is on the S8. Number 4, AI nonsense you can easily ignore. I'm not going to pretend HTC Sense Companion is any more useful than Samsung's Bixby, they're both kinda crap, but at least HTC lets you turn this stuff off and doesn't saddle you with an entire hardware key dedicated to a feature you'll probably never use. When it comes to AI, HTC mostly does the right thing by outsourcing things to Google Assistant and Amazon's Alexa. Sense Companion, which is meant to be more of a predictive assistant, is pretty useless and very notification happy, sending alerts that are sometimes completely irrelevant, but at least there's an easy toggle for this stuff, so you can quickly disable it if it gets on your nerves. And while you can remove Hello Bixby from your home screen, there's no way of getting rid of that button on the side of the phone, which, if you own GS8 you'll know I'm right here, you're guaranteed to accidentally hit when you try and do something else. Number 5, the U11 has the fastest, easiest camera shortcut. Now, photo quality on these two phones is very close. It's basically a wash whether you're talking about the front or rear cameras. They're both really excellent. But there's a big difference when it comes to quickly loading up that camera, which could make the difference between capturing or missing an all-important shot. Yes, we're talking about edge sense here on the U11, the thing where you squeeze the side of the phone to make things happen. There are a bunch of different things that you can trigger with a short or long squeeze, but by far the most useful is as a camera shortcut. Samsung has the standard double tap of the power key thing going on the S8, but in my experience this is both slower than HTC's Edge Sense and way more prone to stuttering, breaking, or otherwise causing you to hit that Bixby button, wasting precious seconds in the process. On the U11 it's one quick gesture and you're there into the camera app. Squeezing your phone sounds ridiculous, but for this one thing it does work remarkably well. That's it for now. Let us know what you think of these two phones down in the comments, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss upcoming Android reviews and opinions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.